Hello everyone, welcome to the vlog. Thursday lunchtime I think today. Just home from lunch, or for lunch. It's absolutely hammering it down outside. Really raining heavy, you won't be able to see it though. Just walked home, the 5 minutes home from work, and I've got absolutely soaked through. My trousers are wringing wet, my socks are wet. I think even my underwear's wet, so I better get changed. And then I've had one parcel, two parcels of packages arrive. So we'll open those and then we'll go into the garage and I'll talk to you about the new bike again. I'll just get changed first, so just bear with me a minute. There we go. Okay, so changed my trousers, changed my socks, they're wet. My pants are all wet, just the bottom of them. Yeah, all right at the bottom. So, change my socks, put some dry socks on. Yeah, I wanted to say, I know I had this t-shirt on yesterday, but I don't actually wear the t-shirt at work. It's just like in the morning when I get up for about half an hour, lunch for half an hour, and then in an evening when I'm not cycling. So it's not like I've had it on for 2 days running. I've probably only had it on the equivalent of half a day so far, because I have to take it off and put uniform on when I get to work, and if I leave it on I'm too hot, so I don't have a t-shirt on underneath. So I'll just finish changing. They're absolutely soaked through. Just run down my trousers and soaked into my socks, so I'll have to check my shoes that they're not wet as well. I've got my lunch, brought that up. So for lunch I've got rice salad that my wife's made for me. So here we've got a bowl or a Tupperware of rice salad. So we've got rice, it's been in the fridge, cucumber, chopped tomatoes and sweet corn at the moment. And then my phone was wet. Put all my stuff back in my pockets, transfer across. And then let's get this first package opened. So I needed 2 new spacers. So I've got 2 new carbon spacers. These are from Giant TCR UK. 5mm each, because I need to extend a centimetre. And then I also, once I've done that, the top cap bolt won't be long enough, and I measured it and it was 17mm, so 27. So I've ordered 2. Oh, there's a pack here of 4 stainless steel correct countersunk. You see that? Is it going to focus? There you go. So countersunk 30mm M6 by 1mm thread bolts. So we're going to stick those on the bike in a minute when I've just eaten my lunch, and then I've also talked to you about some other reasons why I don't like the wheels, and I'm going to get a different set of wheels, as I've mentioned already a couple of times. Before I go down though, I'm away on holiday next week. We're going to Wales again. We're off to Pembrokeshire, and I'm in 2 minds whether to take the winter bike, get the winter bike out and check that and take that, because if the weather's like this in Wales I want to still be able to go out and ride. The other thing I'm thinking of is taking my set of rollers, because if it's horrible weather I still want to be able to do a bit of training. Right, so down in the garage. So here's the front wheel, and the front wheel is radially spoked wheels, and it's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, must be 16, let me do that again. I think it's 16 spokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I only count 15. That's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, that's right. So it's a 16 spokes front wheel, which isn't a lot of spokes, and particularly when it's regularly spoked, I think that's why I can feel this flexing when you're steering. I can tell there's give in that. The rear wheel, here if you look, so we've got cross spokes on the drive side, and I bet you there are only 2 cross. I can't tell, I can't see close enough. Yeah, they're 2 cross, so that's a 2 cross lacing pattern on this drive side, radially spoked on this non-drive side. And I know that a lot of these break, because Neil in his bike shop is always having to relace people's spokes when they've got a they are butted there, I can just feel a butt there when you've got radially laced on that non-drive side. So yeah, there's a butt there, just there, you just feel it. But if you listen, hang on if I can do it, that's okay, that's pretty tight. They're not very tight. And this is the saddle that I don't like. I'm going to change that, so it's Specialized saddle, and it's got carbon rails. It's carbon base and carbon rails. So I've already changed one bottle cage, I've swapped that over, I just need to get another one off Neil. So right, let's take this off and swap this. So I'll do that next. So hopefully that doesn't fall off. Got a feeling it's a 5, that one. Yep, 5. I've had to replace one of these clamp bolts, pinch bolts on this stem as well because it was damaged. Luckily I've got a spare stem I could pinch one out of. So that's probably enough. A bit more on this one. Just a little spacer ring, and then one to then match, because they're actually giant ones. The problem is if you buy different make ones, the finish will be different and the outer diameter can be different, so you can end up with an unsightly step. So you're best to get the same manufacturer. So these are just a matte, if it'll focus, matte finish. So that's how much I need to go up by. Now, let's see now what that looks like. Yeah, that's my problem, you see, and I was worried about this. I've not even got that on yet, and I'll show you. Just get that back out again. So if I pick you up and I'll show you, this was my issue that I was worried about. So now, having put the extra spacers underneath, can you see there's a big drop? So only half of the stem is clamping. There, can you see there's a gap? So that's no good, we can't have that. So what I might have to do is just flip the stem to get it to raise up. If I take one out, let's have a look and see what happens when I take one out. Yeah, it's probably still too much. I'll flip the stem. is you don't get a very long steerer tube on these, even new. So I'm going to have to undo all this. So I'll come back to you later when I've undone everything and flipped the stem. Okay, so I've now flipped the stem over. So what I've done is I've undone the front plate, taken that off, taken the handlebars out of the front of the stem and flipped the stem over, so you can now see that it's angled up instead of being more level. I don't like them like that, but that's what I've got to do to get my correct bar height. And you can see now in there we've got the correct sort of 5mm of space above the top of the steerer tube. So I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So I've just set the play in the bearings, in the head bearings, just tightened up the head cap, rocking on the front brake, feeling down here for movement, check the movement, tighten that up. We're now just going to line up the stem to the front wheel and then do up the pinch bolts on the stem. That's right. And then I'll check the what will I check then? The height of my bars. I might need to go down a bit. I'm not sure how much that's raised it. It looks like it's raised it quite a lot. I won't torque these up yet. Just get my jig, just bear with me. Here we go. Here's my jig then. Yeah, they're too high now. So that piece of wood should touch the ground. So I've got a big long piece down there, that should touch the ground. So my bars now are too high, so I need to take a spacer out and drop that down. So I've now just put one 5mm spacer, above the top of the stem. Just moved it down a little bit. Let's check my jig again. See if that bar height is right yet. So that's now the right bar height, just resting above the bar position. So now I can set that again. Put that away. I know the front aft will be correct. So it's rocking. You can hear it. Tighten up. Rock it. Feeling for movement. And listening for movement. I can hear just a little bit of movement. That's okay now, and that's free. Next job, get the direction of that stem correct. That's it. Let's just look down again. I think that's off. It needs to come this way a little bit. That's it, nip up these ones. And we'll get the torque wrench in a minute. Then position of the bars next. That looks about right. Got to check, so I'm going to get a ruler, steel rule, just hang on. If I pick you up and I'll show you what I'm doing. So here, on the bars now, that's better, isn't it? So here there's lines either side. I'm going to measure this side and compare it to that side. I've looked at the position of the bars there and they're about level. I want that about level. Flipped up the other way, I'd have that big mark, that big long one, level with the back of the stem here, back of that clamp. But now I've got this one, the next line down. So I'm just going to measure, we'll get it positioned left to right, and then we'll tighten up these front clamp bolts as well. And then that'll be it, so we'll leave it at that for today. I better go and eat my lunch. And off on holiday on Saturday, down to Wales, down to Pembrokeshire for a week as I say, so there might be Wi-Fi, but I won't be doing any editing while I'm down there. Same as before, when I've been in Pembrokeshire, I'll vlog, I'll record, and I'll just edit stuff and upload stuff when I get back home. So we're only going for a week. Thanks for watching. See you next vlog. See you later.